Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. How great to see everybody back. I trust you enjoyed my last video on 90s girls group All Saints, and through this song Pure Sure, we looked at the vulnerability of going all in with relationships. So I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to absolute Hollywood film scoring royalty today, involved in some of the greatest movies, highest selling movies of all time, including Avatar and Titanic. His story started in 1953 in Los Angeles. The son of Harry, who was a set designer, and Joan, a little bit of Jewish heritage in there. He started learning piano at the age of 5, and he would go on to attend the Royal College of Music and then the University of Southern California, doing his master's and PhD in music. The guy we're talking about, James Horner. He had a love for aeroplanes, and in the early 1980s in Hollywood, he was becoming well known and quite sought after as a composer. His big break came in 1982 with Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. Now, this is considered one of the best science fiction movies of all time. To be asked to be the composer for that one's a pretty big deal. The expectations were high with these Star Trek movies, and so he did not disappoint. And from that time onwards, he was an A-list composer. So we've got a few clips today from movies. Pretty much we've got the main theme from The Wrath of Khan, obviously including the Star Trek theme, but adding a little bit more onto it as well. So we've got the Wrath of Khan clip from that one. He went on to do such movies as 48 Hours, Krull, Star Trek 3, The Search for Scott, Commando, and Glory, just to name a few. One of the other movies he did was the iconic Aliens in 1987. Now, Aliens is considered one of the best science. Actually, there's a few best movies of all time in this list. This is the amazing thing about James Horner and the movies he's worked on. Aliens, Sigourney Weaver. This is an amazing movie. This one, very suspenseful, very scary. This was such an iconic score that James received one of his many Academy Award nominations for the score on this one. We've got the clip from Aliens where Ripley is rescuing people, so you've got to have just the music to capture all the intensity, scaredness, afraidness, the bravery of that particular scene. He also received the Academy Award nominations co-writing Somewhere Out There with Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil. This is from the animated movie An American Tail. This is just one of those really beloved songs. And here we got a little mouse singing Somewhere Out There to whoever. And so we've got the movie clip from American Tail. In 1995, out came Braveheart, another significant movie with Mel Gibson this time. You may take our lives, but you will not take our freedom. This is a clip from the movie where William Wallace is actually getting the troops ready to fight. And just listen to what the music does here. It's hardly there at the start, but as Mel or William Wallace gets more and more keyed up with this speech, the music just builds and builds in intensity. The music is keeping up with the action, complementing the action. And this is what a great music score does. It complements the action, encompassing all of our feelings as we watch and get taken in by what is an iconic scene in Braveheart. 1995 was a very busy year for James Horner. Apollo 13, this had Tom Hanks and a few other people in it. This was all about the explosion in space and what the guys did on Earth to get these guys back. So, of course, we've got to go to the... this clip goes for a little while, the re-entry and the waiting, and you can see the music just goes from hardly anything at all. And, you know, this whole waiting thing, how do we do music which is waiting? Well, James Horner knows exactly how to do that. And as the craft does become, as it does come back into the Earth's atmosphere, you sort of see how the music just builds up to this triumphant feel. So 1995, Apollo 13. One of the highest selling movies of all time came out in 1997, James Cameron's Titanic. This is a massive, massive movie. This one, it won 2 Oscars, 3 Grammys, and 2 Golden Globes. It really captured Jack and Rose's story really, really well. Obviously, for all the complexity of emotion, from incredible songs to a ship sinking, to all the chaos that's going on with this unsinkable ship sinking, the 4 orchestra guys who just play to the end, the captain realising he's made a mistake, just the whole complexity of the Titanic sinking. We've got a couple of clips. First of all, for the movie, we've got the iceberg scene where they realise they're about to hit the iceberg, and of course it all goes pear-shaped from there. So we've got that movie sequence from that, and just the intensity and the panic that's going on there, and how the music's absolutely capturing that. And of course, we've got to have My Heart Will Go On. We've got a live version of Celine Dion singing this song. Absolutely stunning. It is one of her signature tunes, and one of the songs that you just kind of remember with fondness. So My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion. After that, A Perfect Storm, Beautiful Mind, 2 Zorro movies, just to name a few. James Cameron also was involved in rewriting the theme for the CBS Evening News, and that became the theme from 2006 to 2011. Another big movie for James Cameron came out in 2009, Avatar. Now, Avatar is also one of the highest selling movies of all time. There's something about James Cameron's imagination, and James talks about this as one of the biggest jobs of all time for him. It took him 2 years. He was working from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night. We've got a couple of sequences from Avatar. We've got where the home tree gets destroyed, obviously a very poignant part of the movie. And then we've also got the scene just after that where everyone's just being a bit reflective about what the hell's just happened. And so, you know, you can't talk about James Horner and not talk about Avatar. So both of those clips are for you. So James Horner, well and truly one of Hollywood's best film scorers of all time, really, in lots of ways. In 2010, we got The Karate Kid. This is a remake, and here we've got of course we're going to have the final fight sequence, because this is again where the music goes from waiting to pain to triumph. And so we've got the final scene from The Karate Kid where he actually wins. Pretty cool. James Horner did leave us in 2015 as an avid aviator. He didn't quite clear some places in the forest, and his plane went down, and it was much a bit of a sadness for the world when he actually left us in 2015. His extensive papers are preserved at the UCLA Charles E. Young Research Library. So if you want to know anything about James Horner, that's where all his papers and manuscripts are kept, because you cannot just let work like this go. Between 1978 and 2016, 123 movies he did scores for. Some of them he would have had more than one to go at a time. He's written for TV and some short movies. So I just thought I'd drop the Wikipedia entry below of his, I suppose, his filmography, because there's some pretty amazing movies in there. You think, oh, well, he did the music for that one and that one and that one and that one. They just go on and on and on. So I had to drop the Wikipedia entry in below. He received 2 Academy Awards and further 8 nominations, 2 Golden Globes, 3 CERT Awards, 6 Grammy Awards, and the Max Steiner Award for significant contribution to music. And so he's been well regarded by the industry, James Horner. And, you know, he has been behind some of the best movies, iconic movies of all time. And to be asked to be the scorer for these iconic movies just shows how well he is regarded. So it's great to be able to give James Horner a bit of a tribute today. So the links to those 11 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from All Saints, so if you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, is this your first time to Live Reflections of Music, or you come back for another one? How good to see everybody here as we pay tribute to film scoring today. Such an important part of any movie is a music score. So it's good to be able to give James Horner some tribute today. Well, that's it for today. Thank you everyone for joining me again. Next time we're going to go on to a little band back in the 1980s, Black Lace. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.